Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dylan.
I'm Elle.
And we both love soup. I think we're going to go with kind of sort of a light-hearted episode. This is our last episode before we cruise into the wedding plans. We're T-minus, 9 days to the wedding, but we're all motoring up there next week. So looking forward to that, doing the last-minute wedding plan things. But Elle and I did have a chance to do something quite fun last Saturday. That fell in our lap.
That's all I've said so far is yep.
Jon Stewart came to Temecula. I guess he was in town, LA, to do something. He got some, because I was wondering, it's so odd that he'd come to Temecula.
And he even made fun of I'm in Temecula.
in the middle of nowhere.
It is an odd. But it is the largest Indian casino outside. It's the largest casino outside of Las Vegas. So, I mean, it is a fairly
and it's bigger than quite a few on the Strip.
Yeah.
So he was there, and the show had sold out, but
which we were so disappointed in. But yeah.
And then I got notified there was a couple of tickets, and I picked up 2 tickets, and Elle and I went on Saturday night, and I will say it was phenomenal,
very funny.
So loved it. Turns out the seats next to us were empty. The boys could have come. I don't know why the ticket vendor I was working with didn't say there was 2 other seats, or maybe there were no shows.
I thought you said there were 4 available, and you only got 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyway, boys didn't come.
Yeah. They went to the casino and hung out.
Yeah, lost money really quick, and then said screw this and went home and watched YouTube.
Yeah.
Typical boy stuff. But it was great. The thing they did, which according to Zach, they do all the time, but us not concert goers, they take your phones and they put them in these pouches that magnetically close.
So you can't get into
your
phone.
You're allowed to carry the thing in the pouch.
Yeah, they give it back to you.
It stays with you, but you can't access your phone unless you happen to have the magnet device to unlock it. So we got there about an hour early and sat there, and it was just a strange thing. We're talking, we keep reaching for our phone.
Yeah, I was let me look. Let me. Nope. And then what was really funny is, so we're keeping ourselves occupied and being very mean girl catty. And we're like, how old do you think that person is? How old do you think that person is? Oh, well, she's that old because her hair, whatever.
Now, granted, the people we were criticizing, so we were up, not really in the nosebleed seats, but up higher. And then there was the main aisle. So none of these people could hear what we were saying.
No.
People around us could. But the actual people we were...
But this woman in front of me, I could tell they were listening. And then she so obviously turned around like she was stretching her arm, and turned around and looked at us like, who do you bitches think you are? And I wanted to tell them, tell them who we are.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we're doing. We don't have our phones.
Exactly. So what else were we going to do? Come on.
But a lot of it was back to our statement we made before, which is, a lot of these people, the thing that aged them
was the hair.
Was their hair color.
Right.
And they looked older. Did they look worse? No, but they definitely looked older. So it was definitely a white crowd.
Oh yeah,
very, very, very white.
And the guy that opened for him was black, which he made it. He was like, "This is just the way I like my audiences, all white," and
mostly older.
Yeah,
definitely.
I would say we were mid age.
Yeah, we were skewing towards the younger.
Towards the younger. That's what I meant.
But that's kind of typical of a lot of the shows at Pechanga. He did. So he had an opener.
It's kind of typical of Temecula. It's an older crowd.
Yeah, the opening comedian was funny. He was fine. I'd never heard of him before. Just a local LA guy. And then Jon Stewart did his stand up for a little over an hour.
Yeah.
And was just
hysterical.
So fun. Yeah. So many of the things. I mean, we were laughing every couple minutes with him.
He is very funny. He's one of my favorite guys on TV.
Definitely worth the price of admission for that. And would recommend if you have a chance to see him. And I think it was truly something special for him coming to Temecula with the timing.
Yeah. And, it's funny because we do get some pretty big names at this casino. And
Jerry Seinfeld's
coming, but it's $300. Mm. And I love me some Jerry Seinfeld, but I am not going to pay $300 to go see him. Sorry, Jerry.
So speaking of Jerry, my all quarterly team meeting happened. So all 120 of the people on the team would get together. And one of the sections that I proctor is people send in pictures. I call it the good vibes section. And so people send new babies, new pets, random things, new outfit, new hairstyle. And so for mine, besides doing a picture of us on the podcast, I put up a picture of Fusilli Jerry. And I held a contest. I said, first person to message me in Teams and say what this is, and with a reference, wins a prize. And I gave away like an Amazon gift card. And it was funny how many people didn't know it, but came up with some pretty clever little play on words, because they were thinking, because I'd showed the picture of us with the podcast, it was somehow associated to the podcast.
Oh, really?
So they had like noodle references. But one guy got it right away, and he's like, "Oh, and that's from the Ass Man episode." So you could tell
That
he
is
was
from the Ass Man episode.
Yeah,
I've
because
totally
ultimately, Silly Jerry goes up.
Yes. The ass.
Costanza's.
Oh,
They have to go see Ass Man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I forgot about that.
Silly Jerry was a hit. One guy got it. He was the second one to IM me, but he admitted, he was from Ireland. He goes, I Google imaged it. So Zach did such a good job with Fusilli Jerry
that
an image search said, that's Fusilli Jerry.
Nice job.
So that's what Kieran...
Zach, that's some amazing
Kieran
crafting
Byrne,
there.
that's how he did it. He goes, I'm going to admit I cheated. And I go, well, you weren't the first one anyway. So no prize for you.
No prize for you.
So the other, let's see, we got going on here is, this was Hair Week, is what I think we'll affectionately call this week.
If you're watching, you can see.
Elle got new hair and
new
went
hair.
with a new style of hair extension.
Yeah, I got tape-ins, which I've had the sew-ins before. I've also had the, what are they called? K-tips? K-tips.
Yeah, the keratin tips.
And of the three, this is my favorite so far. Now, granted, it's been 2 days, so who knows if it's going to stay in. But, I mean, it feels solid. It doesn't
How is
hurt.
the cost relative to the
Way
other
cheaper.
ones?
$90 to move up.
Really?
Yeah.
How many tapees do you have? Because each tapee is about 3 inches.
It was like only 3 or 2 or it was maybe 4. Yeah, 4, I think.
And because it's just sandwiched together, right? It's like hair piece, your hair,
piece,
other
yeah.
piece. And does she heat it to glue
You
it?
have
She
to
press it?
She runs it through a flat iron. She said the first time she ever did it, she didn't realize that it needs to be heat activated. And then there might be something she put on my actual hair, which may have been just a cleaner or something. I have no idea.
Strip the oil.
I couldn't really see, what she was doing.
Yeah, I'm
But-
really curious to see how they grow out.
And I was gonna have her trim them because I don't really want mermaid hair that much. You know me, I'm gonna wear it up all the time. I mean,
But when they're down right now,
But when
it's
it's
good,
down-
and this is not in your way, you're not past nips.
what I did notice is in the car, I sat in the car and I was like, ooh, it hits the back of the seat.
You have to do this
and
when
I
you sit in the car.
Yes, I'm like, okay. I just have to remember to bring it forward or whatever.
I think
it looks
looks
better
great.
when I do that anyway.
And so it's only 90 to move up, so it's half as much to move up.
Half as much to move up and it's cheaper to buy.
Is it because it's fewer grams of hair?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or no, because it's easier. It doesn't take, because that's sewing
No, but
in.
I'm saying when you buy the hair.
Oh, buying the
how
hair.
much did the hair cost?
$150.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
it was-
weren't the wefts? The wefts are like 400, aren't they?
my God, yeah.
Depending on the grams.
And depending on like how thick of the weft you get. So
Yeah,
the total
just depending
grams.
on grams, it then makes it
Yeah.
more expensive.
And I was a little worried. She was a little concerned. She was like, it's a little thin at the bottom. We could cut some off.
But that's what makes it look natural.
Well,
Because
that's
what happens
exactly
to
what
your
I
real
told
hair.
her. Is I was like, if I grow my hair all the way out, this is exactly how much hair I would have. It is almost exactly the same amount of hair I have. It's a little thicker than my hair. That would be my coarser. Like my hair is really soft. I wish it was as soft as my hair.
The thing about the hair you buy, I'm assuming it's kind of like Remy hair. It sort of becomes like your hair after a couple washings.
Maybe,
How many
yeah.
times have you washed it already?
I have not washed it, and
Ooh,
I'm gonna do.
2 day
I
no
know,
wash.
and biking. I've biked.
That's right. Bike and pickleball today.
Yeah, I biked and played pickleball today, and biked yesterday. And what I told her, I'm like, I know, I understand the no showering thing, but what about the sweat? She just said when you get done sweating, blow dry your roots. Blow dry that. So I'm drying
Blow
in
the salt in there.
Yes, I am drying
Lock
in
and
the
loaded.
salt. Yes, so I am. It's going to be pretty gross and crunchy for a
But
while.
then that'll give you volume. You're always talking about your curls. Now,
Exactly.
that'll help your
Exactly.
curls hold.
I will.
It's all
Wait,
beneficial.
you're not going to shower until...
No, I showered. I have showered every day. I'm just not. I like to wrap my hair up in a turbo towel, and then I just don't get it wet.
Okay. I mean, same. I don't wash my hair, even showering. But I've also been playing the dancy dough of like, well, I'm only doing Pilates, so I'm not sweating that much. But even still, I sweat.
I am sweating like a pig every day.
We did pickleball today, and even though we had a nice breeze, it was still kind of warm.
It wouldn't have mattered. It
Speaking
doesn't
of
matter what
pickleball,
I
we
get
got to stop and acknowledge Elle did a shot.
I did a shot.
That,
That
I
was
want to
amazing.
almost call the city of Temecula and get the camera footage. It was.
You know those shots, if you play pickleball, the shot that goes up and over your head that you can never get to, I got to it. And
She
it was
ran
perfect.
it down, but she was facing the wrong way, so she did a
Like a
this way to lob
backhand.
it back over. I mean, I stood there like just dumbfoundedly watching.
Yeah, I think we lost the point because they hit it back to you. No.
no, they hit it into that. We won the point on that one.
That was my only good move of the day. I played like crapola. I'm having
No,
issue.
your first game was great.
First game was
then-
great, and then I just.
But
I'm having
love
trouble
our
with-
pickleball group though, because
Yes,
no
yes.
matter how shitty someone is playing or how good someone else, we just all gel so well, and
We
the
do.
games are competitive.
I do feel like I am absolutely the weakest link, and I hate being that. I don't want to be
I
the
wouldn't
weakest
say it's
link.
absolute. There's days we all rotate through it.
No.
Suzanne's due for a rotation through it. I'd say she hasn't had
She
a rotation.
hasn't had a
lately.
rotation in a long time.
But
You barely
super
do.
fun group. We're going to try to play on Monday before
They
we go
are
to the
very
wedding.
fun. Oh, we are?
Yeah, as we were talking as we were walking out the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I missed that. I was getting on my bike.
Yes,
I had
she
to
rode
stop.
to pickleball.
I rode to pickleball, and I had to stop on my way home. This never happens to me. I was out of water, or almost out of water, and I had to stop on the way home at a gas station to buy like an iced tea or something because I was like the
bunking.
water that was in my bottle was warm, and I was just so dehydrated. Yeah, I dehydrate really.
Well, because you're so good
I've seen
at
her dehydrate,
hydrating.
sir. It's pretty gross. Do you know what movie that's from?
No, I'm thinking immediately dehydrate. I think it's SpongeBob movie.
I was gonna
and they're
say,
sitting there on
yeah.
the in Shell City.
It's
Saddest, like I cried during that scene.
what is the, it's Breakfast Club. I've seen her dehydrate, sir. It's pretty gross. That's like he's saying they're saying we need something to drink with lunch, and that's when they
Was that Emilio Estevez's character?
no, that was what's his name?
Oh, Anthony Michael Hall.
No, the other one.
Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson. Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
her dehydrate, sir. It's pretty gross. Oh wait, that might have been.
No, you're thinking the athlete said it.
It
to
might
her.
have been the athlete
it
guy.
is,
Yeah, you're
okay.
right. It's what's why can't my brain's not working? I dehydrated today. It was gross. Anyway,
Now I want to watch the SpongeBob movie. I think I'm going to do that tonight when I need some mindless.
no.
As I'm punching out more leaves for your confetti bag, maybe I'll watch SpongeBob movie with David Hasselhoff.
sorry, I got a dog wanting to
Yes.
climb in my lap. He's
Because
so
Miranda
cute.
did not bring her puppies, and so Rory was promised that he would have Playmate, and now that he doesn't get one.
We have 3 dogs,
Well,
2 dogs and a cat and a chinchilla in
Yeah,
here.
and I spent $300 to have them look good.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
didn't
not
want
gonna
'em.
get
That's
snot
true.
all over their faces.
How are you going to keep them looking good for the next 8 days and when
Well,
they're at
it's too
Tahoe?
hot. Like, first of all, we now have a deck to lock them on, so that's nice.
Yeah.
We have a new deck in Tahoe, and then second of all, it's so hot that they don't go and spend much time outside. They only
won't
go
be so-
out at dusk, so they're briefly, and it's not raining, so sure they get a little dusty, but they don't like get dirty.
There's a new deck on the house.
There is a front deck,
Front
Really?
like
deck.
an entrance deck.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
remember the front of the house didn't really look like a front of the house.
No, it looked
looks
like
more
you're going into the garage.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, you
whatever.
still go into the laundry room,
Oh,
but
okay. But there's a deck.
because it's technically it's the back of the house. The front
Okay.
door of the house is actually facing the river.
And she built a little doggy area so that
Yeah.
at night we can safely let them
sweet.
out now.
That's gonna be nice.
That's really awesome.
So part 2 of our hair story is Ed
Got his hair.
picked up his hairpiece, and it's amazing technology. It looks great. So he got it
It's
installed.
getting used to seeing him with hair. It's
I
so
know.
weird. Like
It's
that's
like-
He's taller now too.
He hasn't had this hair in like 30 years.
Right.
And baseball cap. Funny thing is, he puts a baseball cap on. He looks
I
exactly
was
the same.
expecting it to be lighter, because to me, I mean, I granted didn't know Ed then, but he's blonde.
But the rest of his hair isn't.
I
So
know,
if
but-
you'd put a blonde piece on him,
I understand
it
that.
matches
would
the
keep it
back
like,
of his hair.
What's his name? Oh my God, I cannot think of anybody's names today.
Patrick Dempsey.
No,
She wanted.
I wanted to. I was like, Kevin Costner's getting a lot of flack for the color of his hair right now. If you've seen any of that,
Well, it
was
specifically
blonde. His hair was
matches the
blonde.
back of his hair, and then he's got the gray on the side. So we're going Tuesday for he'll have had it in a week, And then for like the adjustment cut, because like you could live with it, because as with typical with extensions or hairpiece, you don't want to go aggressively and cut them and then be like shit.
Like I did the last time I had a hair extensions.
So
and
what we've agreed is it needs to be a little shorter on the top.
I think it needs to be shorter
and a little more texturized to thin it out, because he's got the head of hair like for a 20-year-old.
It also looks like a businessman right now. Like he has like the
he
really
needs
sharp
more of like
cut.
a cool
like
cut.
Just, make it
Zhuzh it a little
funkier.
bit. Yeah.
Maybe he needs
make it
product,
uglier.
too.
He has some product in
Okay.
it. Yes. So that's going to be Tuesday for the adjustment with it. So he's had it on his head now for 3 days. And he says it doesn't bother him. It's been weird for me because he
Has
looks
he
way different.
biked yet or done anything like super sweaty? I'm curious if
He
he's...
said no. I
I
asked
don't
that.
think so
Is he
yet.
purposefully not doing that? Or
No,
is he
he's just been busy with
with
work.
wedding
So we're going
prep?
to do this weekend. We're doing the 3rd annual. I can't believe it's been 3 years already. Memorial Ride for Rocky Aiello, one of Ed's friends who worked at KTM, was a huge mountain bike guy, and he died in a motorcycle accident during COVID 3 years ago. And so KTM organizes this.
It's funny,
Ride
I thought it
for
was
Rocky.
longer ago than... You're saying I can't... It's only...
It's been 3 years.
I feel like it's been longer
Yeah.
than that, but COVID years.
Yeah, COVID years. So we're going to be doing that on Friday, and our choices are between the
Saturday.
20 and the 40 mile. Last
Or
year
60.
we did.
We could do 60. No.
That's too much time. Ass in the saddle. You
Yeah.
can't have that much ass in the saddle.
I mean, that's what we did in Santa Fe.
and I don't want to
It's
get.
difficult.
I've got my nice fake bake, good combination fake bake,
you are
real
looking
bake.
good.
I don't want to like ruin it by then getting some weird sunburn.
Yeah. 40 miles.
Hashtag white girl
40
problems.
miles is good.
Yeah, so I think we're going to drive there, do the 40, fraternize a little bit, and that'll be
good.
good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Ride for Rocky.
I was debating whether or not I actually wanted to try to ride an acoustic. And then Casey and I talked about it, and he was like, well, you could probably do it acoustic. And I was like, remember
Would Casey
that?
do it acoustic?
Yeah, he might. I don't know. He's still trying to decide. He said, but remember when we went into Duluth? Remember when we went up to Duluth?
we
That's
did.
some major hills. I mean, they were suffering out
And
there.
well, your acoustic is a mountain bike. They went through Meadowview. I remember some of the guys on the bikes.
No,
had
my
trouble.
acoustic is not a mountain bike.
Oh, because there's a section that cuts through Meadowview. Remember those guys were struggling.
Oh, it's a gravel bike. I can do Meadowview. Yeah. But I don't know. Like there's part of me that wants to do it, and then like today when I was dying on the bike, I flipped it up to 5 and tootled home with no effort.
That's what I love about those bikes.
I love those bikes for that.
Love, love, love.
What is that?
The garage doors opening, so the dogs have to go alert.
Is
Thanks,
Ed going somewhere? He must be going somewhere.
Isn't he meeting Casey for something?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I only half listen. I think
I
he's
didn't-
hoping now that he has hair that I'll listen a little more. We'll see. So yeah, looking forward to our ride for Rocky.
Yep.
Are you guys doing anything for Father's Day?
We're having breakfast
I'll
with the
call
folks.
my dad.
He's not your father? Is
I
that
will
what
call
we're hearing?
my dad. Ed is not
Are
my
you
father.
guys doing
We're
anything?
going
You're
for
gone,
pedicures
right?
Yeah, we're going fishing them. For
in
Greg.
honor of Greg.
In honor of Greg.
What are you doing in honor of your dad?
Gonna ask him if the website's done. Gonna call him. I don't know. I'll send him some good photos.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, he's fine.
Zach, what are you doing for your dad?
Yeah,
for
how about
Father's
Zach?
Day?
Zach does them.
We got the
Nope.
shrug. The
Nope.
shrug happening.
Ed has always declared that those were Hallmark holidays, so
I've always thought they were Hallmark
you give what
holidays.
you get, or get what you give. So
I don't like holidays that I can't have any chance at participating in, and Mother's Day and Father's
well,
Day.
we're getting pedicures in the morning after you go.
Yeah,
to your
that's true.
breakfast. So
After I go to breakfast,
we were able to
get some mani
get
pedis.
our wedding pedis.
Pre-wedding
on.
mani pedi
Yeah, still got to pick
and
my-
brows. I got to do brows. Important things. These important things that keep us so low maintenance.
Low
It's
maintenance,
important.
low
It's
maintenance, high
important
maintenance.
and important to be. I did when I did my hair today. I was like, oh, I am ready for tepid girl summer.
Yes,
For sure.
makes you feel good. It does.
Because I didn't even put makeup on, and I did, done my hair first, and I looked in the
And
mirror
you
and I
don't
was
have
like,
lashes on.
Are you gonna put
I have
lashes
mascara on now, but I will for the
Yeah.
wedding. I'll put lashes on.
Same.
But I had no makeup on. Just out of the shower, had done my hair. I was sweating too much to put lashes on. And I was like, I could almost go out of the house like this. And then I was like, no, screw
Especially
that.
if you just throw on a little tinted
But then I
lip
put
balm.
all my makeup on and forgot to put my mascara on, which was crazy. And then I took a picture of myself for Facebook and realized later, I was like, God, I look shitty. And then I realized I don't have eyelashes on. I actually don't look that shitty. It's just a bad picture.
It's just the things you get used to seeing yourself
Something
as,
in my eye. Mascara in my eye right now.
So today we're going to go with a very lighthearted topic because we're in that kind of mood. And we're just going to talk about some more of the We Tried It.
We're already hard talking about
We tried it. We tried the tape-in hair.
Tape-in-hair is one of our We Tried It.
So I'll kind of stick with the hair vein right now. And you've tried something called glaze.
Glaze. So in between the dying at the stylist, and then it's 8 weeks or whatever before your next appointment.
Because she's not gray.
Yeah, because I really just have to get the color put back in and a little bit of dishwater taken out. And in between that, I found this stuff. It's called glaze. It's basically not a leave-in. It's a conditioner dye that you put on your hair however you want.
A demi-permanent. It's very similar
it's a fairly
to an actual
permanent
toner.
Yeah.
And with blondes, you can get
it works
some real saturation.
really easy. Yeah, it works really easy. It's funny. It does not saturate where my hair is darkest. It saturates much better where my hair is stripped out.
I can use it. Yeah. But because it's a color depositing, much in the way of like a Shades EQ type toner is, your hair actually feels better.
Yeah,
and
my hair feels
the
thicker.
cuticle.
It's basically like putting a conditioner in that has color in it.
And there's a couple
awesome.
different brands like that. You can go to Ulta and they have like 5 different brands. Schwarzkopf makes one.
Glaze is the one I like the best.
Yeah.
I've actually tried a few other
Amazon.
ones. When I had the pink, when I had my hair was pink, I had a pink one. I still
Madison
have it.
Reed, an online
That might be
company,
one.
has a version of different glazes and such.
But the glaze stuff is cheap. It's it's like $15. Yeah.
I found that if it's what I remember, it's a roundish kind of jar. It's a bitch to get the stuff out because it
is a bitch
doesn't
to get
really
the stuff
squeeze.
out.
They need to redesign their packaging.
Yes, it's terrible packaging. I have to like slam it
down
to
and
get
put
it
water in it. They
yeah.
need to have something a little more squishy.
Yeah.
And then mine that my hairdresser recommends is to actually, in between, I go more often to get my hair colored because being brunette, I get the skunk stripe. But what she's done is she's given me like the formulation of Kevin Murphy, and I do just like my little T-line and here myself. But I find that it's just like it never looks the same. And I said, why is it whenever I leave you, it's, the brown is more vibrant? She goes, well, because I'm toning it. And, I do your roots and I tone it. I'm like, I need to be doing that. So, basically toner is kind of similar to glaze, but it's taking the color, and instead of using 20 vol of the hydrogen peroxide, which is normally what you mix hair color with, you go with a 3.5 vol and this demi, and it does color depositing. And her rule of thumb is like for every minute you leave it on is like one wash that it'll stay on. So she's like, put it in, leave it on for 10 minutes. And because it's color depositing, your hair feels better. Oh, so I'm going to start toning more rather than I've been using like deep conditioners, but those start to build up and weigh your hair down.
You're toning your hair. You're toning your body.
Tone.
She's been Pilatesing.
Yeah, well, my unlimited runs out at the end of this month, so I've got to either renew or do something.
To decide if you like it
enough
to renew.
I do like doing it. I've been going on average 4 to 5 times a week. I'm not as much of a crazy...
You're going like twice a day.
I toned. Today's my last one, but I did some one-a-days just because I was so sick.
Yeah.
Like that's how I know I was sick, is I was to the point where I was canceling classes and I was like, I can't even.
Yeah.
But I guess I shouldn't have gone if I was sick. But it was more of like a fatigue.
Yeah.
You just
exhaustion.
passed
I
your
wasn't
COVID
like
on to everybody in the Pilates class.
I don't know if I'm contagious or not, but anyways, no.
Are you going to stick with it when you get back from all your...
Yeah, I froze it, and so it turns
How does it
on.
work with a freeze for a monthly? She told me it doesn't really do anything.
She said that because it was like wedding, she's like, okay, we'll let you get away with this, but you're supposed to do like a medical reason only. And she's like, we'll just freeze it for a month, and on July 14th, we'll turn it back on. But I want to turn it back on to the 8 passes, not the unlimited.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying the 8s too.
And so I have to remember before to catch them and say, before you bill me for the unlimited. But I mean...
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do too. Is I'm going to go back to
what happens if
well,
yeah. I can't say I didn't
it's not still on mine though, right?
No, we removed yours, but we do want to
sent me
make sure you then
we just got a flurry of dogs
cancel
in here.
or not, or else he'll get like So you either need to put a new card on.
Yeah, she notified me.
truly
So I see
cancel.
her at the next class. I'll give her mine, and I'm just been vacillating about the.
But you're liking them.
I do.
Pilates.
It's so close to home. It's an accountability thing for me. It's helped. I feel stronger, and
I've never been a fan. The exception was, and this is one of the things you're going to talk about too, is the red
red light.
Red light. I went to a place called Red Room. I can't remember the name of it.
It's
Red
across
Zone.
Red Zone. Yes, by
It was
Trader
Red Zone.
Joe's.
And it's basically the whole gym is a circuit, and you work out under red light therapy, and then they have the saunas, the red light infrared saunas that you sit in afterwards. I really liked that. And then COVID hit, so I gave up.
Wait, is that here?
Yeah.
It's
Brett
next
would
to-
love that.
Next to Trader Joe's.
Next to Trader Joe's, or
Or
over
did they
by
close?
Trader Joe's.
It's in that mall.
It might have closed. I don't know.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
It opened right before COVID. I joined them for a month or two, and then COVID
And you
hit.
kind of got ripped off because it's like they closed and you didn't get your
No,
reimbursement.
I was doing a month. So I
Oh,
I
I
got
thought
my
you got
month
ripped
out
off.
of it, and then COVID hit,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh no. Yeah, no, I don't think I got ripped off. I don't remember. But so anyway, you had a red
Yeah,
light.
so red light, what I've been doing is just the facial red light. So you've probably seen like on TikTok and Instagram, they sell those little creepy masks you put on that are red light. You're supposed to sit with them. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm doing so many things at once that the only problem is which one,
what is
what's the
working.
efficacy of which
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But I like the red light for a couple of reasons. I go there, it's relaxing. You sit under it for 20 minutes and listening to, which by the way, that book, that's borderline like, you get all hot and bothered listening to some of the scenes in the
What book?
your series that you turned me on to.
I told you it was.
I know, but there's
Porny.
sexy scenes and
No, it's
there's
porny.
It's
porny.
yeah.
It's like
You can learn some techniques and so.
it's stay-at-home
You're doing
mom
what?
porn or whatever. What do they call that? Housewife porn.
Smut.
Housewife porn.
Oh
called
yeah,
smut.
there was
That's
some-
all of their series.
There was a
Those
very
two authors.
saucy section
This
I
is
got
the
into.
Zodiac Academy by the two sisters. I can't think of what their names are. Peckman and
Yeah.
somebody else. They are very, very racy, including some gay sex scenes.
Oh
so
yeah, we have a,
for our
a
gay
Ryan
listeners out
and
there,
Darian, but
you know who you are.
There was today, so I listened to it where it kind of goes from my car then to my headset, and so just the other day, like we get into the car, and when we first get in the car,
That would be embarrassing.
and like it's just like, what are you listening
to? I sometimes think
You're like,
I have the text on my Kindle up so large because I'm blind,
Oh,
and it's easier for me to read. And I think every time I'm on like an airplane or reading somewhere in
good.
public, I'm like, oh my god, I hope nobody else is reading this. 'Cause
yeah,
it's
it
really,
makes
really
50 Shades of Grey look tame.
It is absolutely
seriously
makes
does,
50
so-
Shades of Grey, very tame.
Yeah, in comparison.
But there are also good storylines. The
Yes,
storylines are also good. The
I'm
characters
captured
are
by
very
it.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm wanting a little more battle scenes now. It's like the
Oh,
section
you'll
of the
get
Shadow Priest.
nothing but battle scenes coming
good,
up
because,
It's- the whole last book is battle scenes. It's very
I'm
annoying.
waiting desperately for House of the Dragon to come back. And speaking of that, did you see the interview? They interviewed Matt Smith recently. Did you see this? And they referred to his co-star in the wrong pronoun, and he did like a really gracious way of updating them without like making the interviewer feel bad. But he was, clear that she's a they, not a she. They are they.
They are they.
And
Who
so yeah,
is
Matt
they? Who
Smith,
is they?
It's the Emily D'Arcy is the actress.
Is the main girl?
Yeah, she's Rhaenyra's
Okay.
his wife.
Okay.
In
got
there
you.
is
Yeah.
a they, and
I'm about a
so
season
now
behind
right
on that.
now the internet is just loving Matt Smith. So I love some
That's
love
nice.
on Matt Smith and David Tennant, but he did, and he wasn't like sassy about it. It's like that's how you pull it off without
being
pissing
preachy
people
or
off.
pissing people
No,
off. Yeah,
he was
you don't want to
kind
be
to it.
either way.
And the interviewer was mortified because she's a lesbian, and you could tell she was like, how could I have messed that up? But kudos to Matt Smith, did a great job
Nice.
on that. But red light therapy, I like it. Sit there, listen to my smut, get my red light on, and
But we don't know if it's working because you're doing
I'm
everything
doing so
under
many
the
other
sun.
so many other things.
That is the problem with anything that we're doing. It's like
I was just so desperate to look my absolute best for the wedding.
it's photos that are going to be around forever. That's the thing
Yes.
about weddings.
And-
they are
and
around
Don't
forever.
say that. It makes me panic.
Why?
Just
Oh,
like
sorry.
as the bride, I'm
Sorry,
like,
bride.
you're right. This is
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a-
most important.
Well, I mean, it is photos that are going to be around forever.
And there's going to be photos with like groups of family members. Like we have not been together all for photos in so long. Like I'm excited to get great pictures with Deb and then, you know, with the family. Sad my dad isn't going to be there, but I'll tell you, if he was scheduled to be there, I would be a wreck right now about having to logistically help Donna and do everything. And I know he would be miserable. So that was the right decision that we made. We made for that. So speaking of other skin things, something I fell in love with about a year ago, and I just reordered some, so it made me think of this, is I've stopped using washcloths to wash my face, and I use these things called clean skin cloths, and they are like disposable.
Isn't that was somebody's favorite things?
I think I might have given some to...
Are you sure? I thought somebody else gave us those as a favorite thing.
I've used them for a long time, but love them. You can now order them on Amazon. You don't have to order them through Clean Skin, and they're great. And especially
are they blue?
No, they're just white. They just look like white.
No, the package. Is the package blue?
Mostly white, but a little bit of blue writing.
Maybe I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, not super expensive.
What you talking about,
better for your... And then when you're also taking off your makeup, you know, a lot of times you don't muck up your washcloth. You muck up this thing and you throw it away. But it doesn't harbor bacteria because you're just using it the one time. It's got enough of a abrasion to it to give you a little bit of slough without being too harsh. Nice. Clean skin cloths are winner. Like even when I travel now, I'll just bring them.
Yeah.
Can I have some?
You can have some. Take some on the way out.
That sounds nice. I've used the same washcloth for the last 3 months.
See, that's terrible for you.
That is terrible.
I know it is. I've washed it twice.
I have a stack of washcloths and just use it and then throw it in the water.
I do too, but then once I get through the last one, I'm like, oh, it's my last one. So I'm going to use it for the next 3 months until I wash the other one.
I do laundry a lot more frequently than you do, obviously.
No, but I don't. I put it in my thing, but then when I put it away, I tuck it under the sink, and then I forget to do that cycle of grab the new one, take away the old one. So
you have an inventory management problem.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, clean skin cloths are for you. You're walking away from this house with a prize. I have several things to give you today. I've got some sample perfumes
because I need something also for so like when Brett and I are up at the altar, like we're gonna be dripping sweat because we are in the sun.
What we need to get you is like they have those
just like
bladder papers.
But like we need some, like I'm not gonna,
you know what? I have the emergency
I'm gonna take a paper towel and be like, look.
I have the emergency bridal kit. I'll throw in some blotting papers.
Yeah.
Because Brett's gonna need some.
Yes.
And for tears.
Or even just a nice white cotton handkerchief without cat hair on it.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
Maybe I'll go.
All of mine have cat hair.
I know we comment about that. We reach for cloths and we're like, well, that wasn't helpful.
Yeah, this isn't helpful. Now I've got cat hair stuck to my sweat.
Yeah, and the eyelashes.
In my eyelashes.
It's like,
I have that problem because my nose runs all the time. So I carry a hanky when I bike. I carry a hanky when I'm playing pickleball. And my hankies are all covered with cat hair. And I don't care how many times you wash them.
Yeah, once it's there, it's there.
Once it's on there.
And I even bought the thing from Temu that you're supposed to throw in the washing machine.
It doesn't work.
And it gathers the hair. It gathered some hair, but
there's
certainly didn't.
There's nothing that can keep up with the girth of hair that we have. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, the other thing, I ventured into the world of Botox.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I haven't actually looked at you face on.
A week ago. I had a week ago tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So they say it takes about 5 to 7 days for you to really have the effect. And I had only 20 units. I had some done here to try to do a little bit of a lip flip because I have the non-existent top lip. And then I had a little bit done up here in hopes of just kind of doing a little more of this without going shotgun.
Raise your eyebrows?
What?
Pull up your bangs. Okay. So you still have the...
Yeah, I didn't get paralyzed.
Yeah.
I also tiptoed. I mean, 20 units...
Yes, very hardly
very little.
And I had told you, I used to do Botox like every 6 to 9 months, maybe once a year, years ago. And I once went and I got the what the fuck look, which was one eyebrow up and the other one not. So I was chronically just looked like I was giving you the what the fuck look.
How long did that last? 3 months?
About 3 months, yeah. There's pictures of me at a wedding with it's like...
Were you with Casey when you had the what the fuck look?
Yeah. Yeah.
So... jury's still out on that. I could feel that it's pulled this up a little bit. Would have liked it more. But I'm also doing another thing called Angel Lift. And Angel Lift is, maybe it's just complete witch doctor-y stuff, but it's these silicone things. And just while I'm watching TV or just, herkle-durkling, I stick them in and it just sits in above your mouth. here.
Oh, I've seen those.
And
on
you
Facebook.
don't walk around with them, but you just, it's sort of...
Honey, I don't think that does.
I don't think that does anything. If it did, then my retainer that I wear at night would do something.
like-
So I was kind of like, okay, a little Botox, a little angel lift. Let's see if I can get any of this to go up. Basically, what I'm doing now is I'm using my Senegence, and I go a little bit outside the lines, and that's probably what I'll do for the thing. But I did feel the difference. Do I think much happened here? I don't know. Not sure. Maybe it needed 40 units, but I tried both. It wasn't real painful. It was in and out so quickly.
I don't like the crunchy sound. Did you have a crunchy sound?
No, but she had me do, maybe this is typical, is she gave me this, looked like a little vibrator, and she said, stick it under your chin. So I sat there with this thing vibrating while she gave the shots. And I'm
really?
like,
I've
why
never
am I
heard
do
of
that?
that.
And she says, it distracts your
Helps.
body from feeling the pain. And sure as shooting, it was like hardly anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just always notice, like, as it's going in, it makes this weird crunching sound, and it's like the grossest. It's
the sound of the needle
going
puncturing your
in.
skin.
Yeah, it's like a weird crunching sound. I don't know why.
I'll have to listen for that.
Am I the
next
only
time.
one that has that sound?
So,
Wouldn't be surprised. So I'm the only
Miranda's
one that has
thinking
the
angel lift is complete quackery.
Yes, it is. I can guarantee it.
I think so too. I keep seeing the ads for that.
So you
and I'm
mean
like,
all those
really?
testimonials? They're fake?
All these things on Facebook that we see. I keep seeing now. I Googled at one point options for Hashimoto's or like that kind of thing, and now I'm getting bombarded with, is your levothyroxine levels not working? Are you da 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 da? Do you still have pain and joint swelling and blah blah blah? I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to try anything else. I don't know.
Another one of those, what is the thing that's working, or if none of it's
Right,
working.
right. Who knows? Nothing is working.
So another thing that both of us fell in love with, and I think you're still using it, the Kevin Murphy Shine Spray.
Love it. Used it today.
Yep, Kevin Murphy Shine Spray. So it's they have one for blondes, one for brunettes. Quite
They
honestly,
do?
it's the same thing. Yeah.
Why?
Mine is more gold flakes, and yours is more on the cool spectrum. If you look at the
maybe.
jar.
Okay.
But I was
Mine
looking
is
at it yesterday
purpley.
at the
Purple.
hairdressers. I was looking at the two containers. I'm like, it's basically the same stuff, just slightly
mine
different.
is purple colored.
Yeah, whereas mine is gold.
Oh, I suppose that would make sense because it's like I use purple shampoo and things like that.
And it comes in a jar about yay big, and I should have brought it on here. And you shake it to get the little glossy things going, and you spray it. And
You have
it's
to
a
shake it?
really, really... Someone's not using her product correctly.
I never do. I don't.
And it gives you a sheen without weighing you down, which is really nice. And then like for second, third, fourth day hair, it's great to just kind
It
of...
is great. It's great when you get up in the morning and you don't really want to do much with your hair, but you know how you get that like just dry hair, dully hair, and you just
good for that.
spray that. I use that stuff all the time, and I feel like it makes my hair feel better, cleaner, even than when it's not.
So Kevin Murphy Shine Spray.
It probably wouldn't be good if you were an oily hair person, maybe,
I don't know,
because it
it's
is
so
adding
lightweight.
oil.
It's so
don't know.
like by the end of the day, because I might just keep.
I put it on every day. I haven't,
Yeah.
I've
Is it
been-
better than the IGK thing?
I use both, and they do
They
slightly
do different things. Yeah.
IGK is the protein kind of smoother.
So that's what I'm like really relying on for wedding hair. Because hello, has nobody like asked Miranda? Hey Miranda, what you doing for your wedding hair? No, nobody's asked me.
Because you're so good when it comes time to do your, like, I know you're
going to do your own hair, right?
Even if we
I
were
am. I'm
here
doing my own
in
everything.
civilization, you wouldn't want someone to come do your hair.
No.
You would always just want to do your own.
I mean, I would want somebody to come do my own hair if I have been a Kardashian and they've been doing my hair for the last 10 years, but I'm not a Kardashian and I don't have that. And
Thank God.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
So are you gonna pull it back a
I'm
little bit and put the little veil?
well, yeah,
Are you
that's
gonna
why I
put
have
some
to
flowers?
dye. So like the hair underneath started turning gray / like the darker brown, so I have to re-dye to the.
And are you just doing that yourself?
I'm doing that myself. I'm dyeing my own hair
she's
myself.
Yeah, she's found
So
a
that's why I'm like, okay, well, my hair gets frizzy, which I'm happy it's not
IGK is
humid.
great for that.
And so that's why
The
I really
spirulina.
rely on IGK, but I also rely on it to like blend my dead ends into the nice healthy hair.
You know
That's
what?
what
So
his spray
I
is
like
good.
spray it and like
I'm gonna have
kind
to
of
give you
spray
some
is good
Kevin
for that.
Murphy.
Yeah, the
You
Kevin
You have
Murphy's
to try
good.
some Kevin.
Okay.
You're
We'll
leaving
talk
here
about
now with some skin cloths, some Kevin Murphy. I've got some perfumes. I got this really nice natural
No,
perfume.
I'm wearing Urban Outfitters, my New York smell.
Okay, so you can always remember. But I have ones for just like every day, you might
any
want to
day.
try, because you know me, I don't like as the earthy ones, I like more fruity. So these are the earthy ones. One's called like Forest. You have to, you guys have to sniff them. And they're all like all
I'm
natural.
more earthy.
So Kevin Murphy Chime Straight, it's not available on Amazon. You have to get it through either a salon that sells Kevin Murphy, or I got mine on eBay.
I got it on Amazon.
Did you? I didn't find the brunette one on Amazon. Maybe
Tough
you paid
toenails.
more.
What the heck?
Oh, okay. Hair vitamins. That's another thing. We're very
you're
hair
really into
obsessed
those.
today. I have started taking, and I think, Randy, you've been taking them too. They became all the rage about 3 years ago with sugar bear hair and people taking the biotin and stuff. So I'm taking ones right now called Hair Love. Only been taking them for about 3 weeks. Wouldn't say like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing, but I do
trying.
feel like my skunk stripe is occurring more, which then implies
That your hair is
that
growing?
it's growing faster. But so jury's still out on them. There's so many different vitamins out there, and now those online pharmacies that are doing like the semaglutides and everything else are into the hair pill, like finasteride and
Right.
minoxidil. They're starting to pimp that stuff out. So we'll see. Because
Which I'd be tempted to try, but
yeah, I mean,
I don't. Do I want
still
another
with the Lashify?
Do I want another pill to take? Yes, the Lashify is amazing to me. It's I know if you saw my lashes, you'd be like, you're excited by that? They're not that great for a normal person, but for me, they're quite good. And
with Latisse. Sorry, I called it Lashify.
Latisse. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Lashify. So, like, I literally got all ready, put on my makeup, and then walked out of the room without putting mascara on because I was like, oh, I look pretty good. Yeah. That would have never happened.
Especially, you're not a big eyelash curler person. You said
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Oh
I
my
can
God.
actually curl my eyelashes now with an eyelash curler.
And have you tried the perm? You haven't done the perm yet.
No, I don't think I want to do the perm.
Okay.
I have my eyes are already
You're
so screwed up.
eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to put that chemical that close to my eyes. I have enough things that I'm dropping into my eyes on a regular basis.
Now you put on here something called Given.
Given? No, that's you.
No, Given is not me.
That was on there.
Oh, maybe I was typing.
You were typing something.
I was like, what is Given? She hasn't talked about Given.
I don't know
I was
what
starting
Given
to say,
is.
she's not sharing some key thing. Well, all right, there.
That's it.
So what happens when you share a spreadsheet and you're like, just typing random
No, I
notes.
was wondering. I was going to ask you what Given was because I had no idea. That was on there.
I'm trying to think, is it a typo for something?
Or were you given something? Maybe we should be given some brain pills.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that? Echinacea helps you with memory?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is
Comparison
scary how
echinacea.
poorly my brain works sometimes. But no, I did not write Given, you did.
Well, whoops. Don't know what that's
The
about.
drink of the day.
Yes, so
which
Ella's
is gone.
gone dry for a little while here.
Yeah, I'm just until the wedding. I'm trying intermittent fasting, doing kind of a pseudo liver cleanse where I'm not drinking and I'm not eating a lot of carbs or wheat or bread or whatever. I've lost 3 pounds.
So if it makes you feel good.
So
that's
we'll
good.
see.
But you're saying that today that you think
But
the
I feel
intermittent
shitty.
fasting is hard
Yeah.
because your current one has you stopping at 6 and not eating again till 10, and that's just not working for your biorhythm.
It's the breakfast thing.
Yeah.
My body seems to feel better when I eat breakfast at like
It wants to break its fast.
it wants to break my fast. And I could move my dinner or my dinner up farther, but then that's a long.
Yeah, then we're gonna be eating at 3.
Yeah, I mean we already do kind of eat at 3. I don't know. I'm struggling with that because I just don't. And it might be the mushroom coffee. It might be that damn rise coffee that's making. I just feel crappy because what happens is I'm starving by 10 o'clock and then I hork down my
You're
breakfast
still doing that coffee, huh?
with my crappy rice.
diuretic known
Did I
as-
tell you I forgot to cancel it and now I'm getting a whole other bag of it?
You know what? You need
I
me.
thought I had
could get this
canceled
bad
it. I
for
thought
you.
I had canceled it.
Do you need to put Dylan,
I'm gonna sell-
Dylan on the project?
I'm gonna sell it on like Nextdoor or something. So somebody else who wanted to try the Rise coffee can try it for $20 instead of 40 and see
I
how
could
it
get
goes.
that baby returned if you gave me a.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just don't know if it's that stuff that's making me feel kind of cruddy in the morning or if it's the fasting that's making me feel kind of cruddy in the morning. But I just don't feel particular. Or if it's some new ailment, which,
Yeah.
you know,
Just add
you
to the
never
pile.
know because I seem to be collecting them. It could be.
Welcome to your 50s.
Could
Are
be
you
something
liquid
new.
fasting too, besides water? Because what helps me when I fast is I still can have like a vitamin water or like.
Oh, I still do water. Yeah.
Okay, but
like a water with
like
something
a
in it.
little bit more of like.
I mean, it has lemon juice in it.
Okay, but even more. So like, for example,
no sugar is breaking. If you
Really?
Brad, that breaks
Oh.
your fast. You can't put sugar
I
in.
say I'm still fasting if I have.
You're not.
Well, I'm still fasting.
But you're not.
Well, I'm still fasting.
But you're not.
I'm still fasting.
I actually Googled that because I was like, can you do artificial sweeteners? And that does not break your fast, but some of them do because they have a different
glycemic index.
glycemic whatever. And then I was asking if can I do my rise coffee? That was one thing I discovered I can do, but I can't put the honey in it.
You need to hide that.
So,
dirt.
but I can put my saccharin in it because saccharin does not change your
glycemic index.
Thank you. Anyway, so
we're
I'm
not
struggling.
alcoholic. I just went with a raspberry limeade. Part of our tour of Temecula, one of the places did have a non-alcoholic drink. It was similar to this. It was cherry and a couple other.
Oh, we're all
flavors.
non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was the only
Nope,
one.
I
I
made
thought
a
you were
batch
just
of
made
it.
me a special.
Nope, I batched it up
non-alcoholic.
for everyone because I know Miranda's about to go to Pilates, and Zach's still working on weddings. We need to keep our wits about us.
That's right. We got shit to do.
Yeah.
And you did the dried. Did you make those? The dried lemons?
Those I got from
bought 'em.
the cocktail thing, but I'm going to be
Okay.
drying a bunch of
Yeah.
fruit for Miranda's wedding table. She gave me an assignment. I'm off for work tomorrow, so I'm going to go and buy some fruits, and I'm going to dry them so we can have them for some table
That's
decoration.
the perfect thickness. So you can
This
use
is-
that.
Yeah, I'm going to use
Yeah.
my mandolin and slice them perfectly.
That is lovely. And then you used glitter too. There was some glitter.
I had some unicorn snot. It was still
I
an
love
open
the
packet
unicorn
from the last time.
Yeah.
So
Nothing like unicorn snot in a drink.
just-
as
it-
far as
it-
I'm
yeah,
Put
concerned,
it in the
you
margarita
could.
jug.
Yeah, the margarita would be pretty with a little
it
glitter.
comes in little packets. So yeah, when we have enough of them, and Gabe could sit there and tap into people's
I
glasses.
don't think we need a lot, right? It was just
I thought
Just
the
the smallest
margarita was
amount.
self-serve.
It is. It's going to be a jug,
Right,
but
what
she's
you were
saying
saying.
if we mix it in there. But what if Gabe was there and he could top them off? But maybe I'll experiment because I'm in charge of that's Miranda's signature drink, so I want it to really stand out compared to
Do we
the one
need a
that Bob-
sign for that? A sign for the.
I figured we were just going to use the cards you gave us.
Oh, okay.
I'm towards the end of that
Caring.
creative. Yeah, where I'm like,
Everything
nobody's
doesn't
gonna
have
go,
to
that
matchy-matchy."
margarita sign, man.
Yeah.
That thing was
What
spectacular.
was that? I had no idea.
It was a margarita? Oh my gosh, I didn't know.
I'm gonna
buy
I'm
the
gonna be
lavender
hitting
plants
the store before I head up. So my niece got married in Colorado several years ago, and
That was kind of COVID-y, wasn't it?
pre-COVID, and it dumped buckets right as the ceremony was supposed to start, and so we are all huddled. And it was down the hill to the lakefront where they got married.
You're at like the restaurant.
And we were all huddled in the ladies' restroom in the porta-johns in this campground because they got married at a campground. And I was thinking that what would have made that so much better, my cousin John, he calls it Johnny's Cold Spot, which is, he has an old Coleman cooler that he takes with him everywhere. And I mean, funerals. We've had funerals and he'll come up to you and go, Johnny's Cold Spot's open. You want one? So we tailgate funerals in my family. It sounds a little weird, but like
Midwest.
nothing makes any event better than having a beer in your hand. So I was thinking I want to be Johnny's Cold Spot for Miranda's wedding. So I am going to pack a cooler filled with beers and White Claws and all sorts of stuff for people to drink and sodas and whatever. And
I
so
could contribute some of those weed drinks. I got a few of those.
Brett's friends would like that.
all
right.
If you're not going to drink
No,
them,
I mean, I have them just here. You can take a few of them.
all right. Well,
with-
anyway,
I'm
so
not-
that's
on an order. So
That's what I have to do next week before we leave. Is
Johnny's Cold. Now, what are you going to
load
call
up
it?
Johnny's Cold, Ellie's Cold Spot. It's Ellie's Cold Spot. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Soup of the show, tomato basil. And this is going to be my preaching about tomatoes. Grocery store tomatoes
Suck.
are awful. Whatever they're doing hydroponically and genetically modifying, of all the other vegetables, it's like I can't really tell. I can tell when a tomato is grocery store versus grown in the garden. And so when Ed redid our garden this
Even
year,
I would argue
we went
organic.
with mostly tomatoes.
Yeah, I would even argue organic
that
tomatoes
matters.
in the grocery store still also don't taste that
exactly.
great.
It's something they got going on. But in the garden, you sit there and you work really hard. And you get like one onion, in the store you can get a good tasting onion for 80 cents, and I'm like, I just spent like 8 months making this good onion. Tomatoes go like wildflower,
Right.
and they make a difference.
And then when you have tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and
the
fresh basil in your garden, you've got meals forever,
Yes.
because you can make bruschetta, you can make caprese salad, caprese pasta, caprese, like.
We'll have to do a caprese pasta for one of our game
I do
nights.
love a good caprese. We have to get the buffalo mozzarella from Costco.
I was there yesterday. Oh, I found a good time to go to Costco, kind of an accident. I was done getting my hair done, and then I wanted to return. I bought a Ninja Creamy, and then I changed my mind and said, this appliance is like huge, and all it really does is you still have to freeze the thing, and you put the freezing thing there, and it rotates.
I
and
have
basically,
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, what?
A Ninja Freezy?
it's a Ninja Creamy.
Oh, it makes
I don't
ice
like
cream.
the name of that.
Yeah,
I know, it's a weird name.
Ninja Creamy.
I'm not going to go down the path.
Yes, exactly. In my mind, that was not about ice cream.
And it's this massive machine. It takes up this much space on the counter, and I'm like, it does the simplest thing. It basically churns the thing I already froze. What the frick? My Vitamix could do that. So
Yeah.
Creamy went back to the Costco.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm at Costco. I'm like, nobody's here. I got to park like 3 spaces from the door. Like,
What?
Are the lights out? What's going
That's
on
what
here?
happened to us the last time.
It
That
was
the lights
at
were out.
5 o'clock, and I think what happens is everyone is either coming home from work, or the people who are at home are already buckled down and
Well, they
getting dinner
close at
ready.
6, I think, don't they?
It was sailing. I was just like,
So a lot of people
woohoo.
probably think I can't get in and out in an
I-
hour.
I-
We've
I
thought
blazed.
about going at 5 o'clock, and Casey's been like,
I'm gonna
they
test
close
the
at
theory.
6.
I'm
Never
going
mind.
to test the theory. So I think a lot of people think that.
Yeah.
Got in and out, got the Creamy return, got stuff, but I'm going to go back tomorrow to get the fruits and things like that. So maybe I'll pick up some mozzarella.
Oh, I need to go. Can I go with you?
Yeah, I'm off. I'm off work tomorrow.
All right.
I'm doing Pilates in the morning. Oh, I'm going to get the tires inspected since we're doing a road trip.
Oh.
I want to get just
We're taking the rental car.
Tiberius's tires inspected, the rear ones. So yeah.
Soup.
Oh,
What do we do?
soup. Talk about tomato basil. Book recommendation.
Book.
This is our book club book for this month, and
I thought we did this last time.
we didn't do things I wish I told my mother. We did the other one.
I thought you
You
did.
dropped the name, but you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
things
All right.
I wish I told my mother is good, and it's what's particularly poignant to me because the character in this has kind of a tumultuous relationship with their mother. It's not oh my God, we hate each other. It's just, the mother takes digs at her and how she responds to the digs. And so they have varying degrees. Her mother's really successful. It's got a bit of a Dallas ending. I'm just going to throw that out
my.
there. Yeah. If you go
Does JR get shot?
yeah. Patrick Duffy stepping out of the shower kind of thing. But it was good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes. It was a real easy listen for me. And so if you want kind of your summer listen, it's that one.
I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, it did leave me with I got to not take something so seriously. So it was a good one for me, Miranda, to have in advance
Of
of
seeing
seeing
your
my
mom?
mom
Good.
in a week, because I'll go into it with the mentality of, okay.
Good.
And then the song living rent free in my head is Love. I went country this week.
I saw that.
I went country this
Can't
week.
say I approve.
Luke Combs. I like him as a country singer. He's got a couple of songs out there that just stick with me. This one is Love You Anyways. And I thought we're kind of in the season of love right now. Coming off my anniversary, coming into your wedding. I went with Luke Combs, Love You Anyways.
And I went with Sweet Dreams, and either the Annie Lennox version
I was going to say, were you Eurythmics?
or the, what's her name, Emily Browning. And it's funny because I listen to Pandora when I'm on the bike, and so that's where I come up with all of these songs that nobody else has heard of. And they keep playing Sweet Dreams, and I was like, this is a strange song to throw in with all these new artists. And then I realized it's a remake. She does an amazing remake of
Annie Lennox.
Sweet, yeah, so
Okay,
it's
now I'm gonna listen to it.
Emily Browning.
And I still haven't listened to Jane yet. You gave me the.
Oh,
I'm
Jane.
going to do that.
I love
maybe.
Jane. I think it's Jain, right?
Yes.
She's French, I believe. And I absolutely love everything I hear from her on my Pandora mix. So
Okay, that'll be tonight when I'm cutting out some more leaves.
yeah.
Hole punching the leaves. So Miranda's confetti for the wedding is we've been punching leaves from the orange and lemon tree with heart hole punchers, and then we've Ed and I have done maybe 5 hours of this so far, and then we think we're still short, so we're going to mix in some birdseed. And Miranda brought the bags.
How about mixing in some lavender too? I've got lavender.
But
You have lavender?
That won't throw right.
Yeah.
We've been looking for lavender.
I thought
Well,
you were
we're
going to
buy
lavender.
the little plants, and then we're going to use the fresh plants.
But
That was
lavender.
Elle's idea.
Huh?
Okay.
The kind of lavender you're going to buy.
Okay.
But I mean, my lavender's
Oh, so
going like
strip
crazy.
it off and put some
just
lavender
strip some
pea-
lavender
Yeah,
in there
maybe
too.
we'll do
We
that.
smelled pretty and
Yeah.
Does that throw well? I
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to make the baggies nice.
All right.
I'll get time.
Remind me next time I come over to shred my lavender shrubs.
And also, if you can give us sprigs, because we have little jars, and I ordered flowers from Trader Joe's, and so it's baby's
How
breath.
is your English lavender blooming? When I talked to the lavender farm here, he's like, I don't have any lavender for you yet. Our lavender's not blooming.
It just depends on when you planted it and where it is in your
The lavender farm guy said I won't have it till the end of
The stuff up
the month.
front is doing great. The stuff in the back is not blooming. So it's like,
okay.
and I have like three. I think I have
All right,
3
I'm going to
plants
go
up
rate
front.
her sprigs.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the first time
I mean,
hearing
I don't
this,
have a
too.
ton, but I probably have like 20 sprigs maybe.
Okay, enough for the drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll sprig it up.
But
Alrighty.
if I cut them too soon, won't they just die or will they dry out?
Lavender, yeah, dries up.
Oh,
so it
okay.
stays purple and it stays cute and fancy dancy.
I can just cut them then and I'll
right,
bring them
we'll
over next time I
lavender
come. All right. We really talked in tangents in this. We're like
We're all over the
having-
place
having
today.
discussions about the wedding while we're
Kind of
doing this,
how
but-
life has just been lately for us.
yeah,
But
yeah. Anyway,
all right.
I'm Elle,
I'm Dylan.
and we both love soup.